Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of A Dog's Soul. I'm Anita, I'm your host and a professional dog trainer, and today we're gonna talk about winter holidays and the time between Christmas and New Year and how that's extremely special and what you can do with your dog to enjoy it. Stay tuned and have fun. Alright, first of all, I want to tell you that the weird sound you might hear in the background is my cat purring, and I just don't want to tell him to get off, so I'm very sorry if that disturbs you somehow, but yeah, he's very cute, so okay. And that brings me to our topic for today, because I want to talk about winter holidays and New Year's and Christmas and especially the time in between. Maybe you're somebody who believes in special feelings, let's call it that, or whatever. But fact is, the nights have become longer and longer until the 21st of December. And then it reverses and they get shorter again. And that's a time where nature tends to get a little dormant and rest a little more than the rest of the year, especially when there is a cold winter. And it's also a time for us to reflect and calm down and do a little cleansing and cleaning, whatever that means for you, and just enjoy peace and quiet. Unfortunately, a lot of us have a tendency to get stressed this time of the year because Christmas is approaching and the last presents aren't here yet and whatever. And we recently had a lockdown because of COVID, so all stores were closed and people seem to be even more stressed than the years before. And whenever I see people like that, I get a little sad, because this is a time where we should rest and recover and get our energy back from all the stresses we had over the year, and we should really try to enjoy peace and quiet. And it's definitely not healthy to start running around like a headless chicken and try to, I don't know, whatever. And if you listen to your inner self or inner gut or whatever, you will feel that you do need peace and quiet. And it's the same for our dogs. I think it's very sad when instead of really enjoying a quiet time together and snuggling, and if the weather's bad, stay at home and snuggle all day under a blanket or in bed or on the couch or whatever. Just be together, just enjoy each other. And instead of that, we take our dogs to a gazillion different family parties and markets and all those crazy things where they get overwhelmed a lot and people are very excited, and it has nothing to do with peace and quiet. And of course, you should see your family if you want to. But what I want to say is try to get a little quiet time in there. And if you have a very big family or a family who is just a little too nice to the dog, and very often that's uncomfortable for the dog, think twice about taking him with you. Very often our dogs are much more happy at home, and you don't have to keep an eye out for somebody being inappropriate to your dog, and you can enjoy your Christmas party a lot more relaxed. And I wasn't thinking like that all the time, because when I first got Sammy, I wanted to take him with me everywhere, and of course that wasn't possible, but I thought, okay, at least to my parents' house, I can take him with me. But unfortunately, there was a person there who is not in my close family. He's not a relative, but he was there. And there was a situation where he threatened Sammy very obviously. And the situation was very tense, and if I hadn't stepped between them, it would have escalated. And since then, I don't take Sammy with me when I know this person will come, or when I don't know if this person will come. So Sammy can only accompany me to my parents' house if I'm definitely sure that this person will not be there. Of course, that's sad, but sometimes I think it's easier to decide without discussing it with somebody, because I know that not everybody in my family will understand, especially people who are close to that person. I just don't want any conflict or fighting with my family over my dog. So I decide for myself, and I don't have to lie about it. I can just say he's happier home alone, where he can relax and he can sleep, and it's fine for him. And maybe your family is totally different, and you can take your dog with you, and your dog has his relaxation zone at the party, and he can just disengage from any situation he's not absolutely comfortable with and get into his relaxation zone, and nobody's bothering him, and of course then it's fine. And take him with you. Everything's okay. Just try to figure out what fits your dog's needs, and is he really more comfortable there, or is he more comfortable at home? Of course, if you're at a party where you're gone 10 hours or more, or 8 hours or more, then you have to either take him with you or find some other arrangement. But if it's possible, just try to do whatever's more comfortable for him. And of course, if you have an older dog or an older cat living with you, or any other older animal, you might see some changes in them, and maybe a current health issue gets a little worse. Maybe you see that animal suddenly growing a lot older, or it seems like it, and that's also a very natural process. Our pets can feel this change in the year or in nature, whatever you want to call it. And some older pets let go a little. I know that seems a little esoterical and a little weird, but I've seen it so many times, and it doesn't mean that your pet will die immediately. It just means that your pet changes. And you can accept that. I know that's hard, because we have to accept the fact that the pet's getting old. And I always had old dogs living with me, and currently one old dog, one medium old dog, and one old cat. So we're talking about 17, 15, and 8, and the cat's the oldest. So she has been with me for such a long time. She has been here for 14 years, and I see these changes in her at the moment, and also in our senior dog. And it's scary, and it's really sad to just see them get older. And now you can see it. And for the cat, she was just normal a few weeks ago. And now you can see that she's old. And of course, that's very, very sad. And I think it's like we're starting grieving before she's gone. And I think that's okay. And if you don't do that, that's okay too. But the thing is, you have to accept it. And you have to find a way where you can deal with your old animal, and where you can change your routines so that they fit the old pet. Like when you have a dog who's getting older, he might not be able to see that well anymore or hear that well anymore. So you have to change how you give your signals, or your marker word or clicker or something like that. If he cannot hear it anymore, you have to switch to something he will recognize. And of course, if our pets get older, they have special needs. Like, they might need a jacket outside, or booties, or something like that. They might not be able to walk as much anymore. They might not be as jumpy as they were, and they might also have some quirks or some pain issues or some other health issues where they get cranky sometimes. And some old pets just lash out because they're hurting and they cannot tolerate anyone near them because they are just afraid that some kind of movement from that person or animal will hurt them. And so they lash out. It's normal. And sometimes we have a really difficult time accepting that. And of course, you can work on that with training. And you can show your pet that it's okay when you come closer, it won't hurt, and you won't touch him if he doesn't like it, and something like that. But the more important thing is, you have to manage the pain. If your pet has any kind of pain, he needs medication for it. And that's where we really need vets who will help us with that. And not just say, well, he's old, he has to deal with it. No, he doesn't. Because when we get old, we get pain medication as well. And I know what I'm talking about. I have chronic back pain, and on bad days, I get really cranky. So I know that if a dog has some kind of joint issues, like arthritis or arthrosis or whatever, it really hurts. And of course, they cannot tell you, so you have to see little changes in the behavior and little changes in what your dog likes, what he doesn't like. Maybe he doesn't want to walk stairs anymore. Maybe he doesn't want to get up on the sofa or jump down or whatever. Maybe he doesn't want to sit. Maybe he doesn't want to lie down because he knows he can't get up. All those little things. And that's why it's so important to always ask ourselves, why is he acting that way? And at this time of the year, if you have an older pet, please take the time to enjoy time with each other. Quiet and peaceful time with each other. It doesn't mean you're saying goodbye. It just means you're taking your time to really be with each other. And it's so important. Some people don't even manage to get half an hour quality time a day for their pet. That's really sad. It cannot happen that our daily routines get so busy and so stressful that we are not able to manage to get quality time in. And now is the time to reassess your previous year. What was good, what was bad, or what would you like to change? And I would definitely have a look at quality time. Is it enough? Do you have the feeling that you're getting enough quality time with your dog in? And if not, try to change it. There is always a way. You just have to find it. And you just have to be open for it. I know it's hard, but I also know that you want the best for your dog. Or your cat, or your horse, or your cow, or whatever. And now is the time to practice that. And of course, if you have any questions for that, or if you just need a little moral support because you're sad that your pet's getting older, just let me know. I'm happy to be there. And I wish you an awesome end of the year and a great Christmas time and an even better start of 2022. That said, we'll see each other next year. Have fun and stay relaxed. Bye.